Okay. Mark chapter 1, verses 16 to 19 tells us the story of a few ordinary young men who were called by Jesus to depart from the norm and enter into a covenant relationship with him. As Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and his brother, Andrew, casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. Jesus looked at them and said, "Come, follow me, and I'll make you fishers of men." At once they left their nets and their boats, and they followed him. And when he'd gone a little further, he saw James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John in the boat preparing their nets as well. Let me speak to you, congregation. We have young men and women standing here before us who've made a commitment to God. They're casting aside their nets and entering into a relationship that will impact every aspect of their lives. Part of this commitment is to sexual purity and to remain that way until the day they're married. They're pledging in front of this church family to make this commitment. I want to speak to the parents, and I want to tell you something. Face your children and repeat after me. Say this to them: because I love you and believe in the work that God is doing in your life, I give you this ring. You'll give it to them, please. May it be a constant reminder of your commitment of purity before God, before this church, and if God wills, before your future marriage partner. Now, students, while facing your parents, repeat after me. Believing that true love waits, I make this commitment and believe that God has empowered me to be a person of truth and wisdom. I make this commitment to God, to my family, my friends, and if God wills, to my future mate and children. Believing that God has placed you, my parents, as a spiritual covering in my life, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and respect for you. Believing that your prayers for me are fervent and effectual. Place the ring on your parents' fingers, please. Now, youth, look at me for a moment. On your wedding night, I want you to take the ring that your parents have given you and give it to your spouse. You will no doubt remember this very day and celebrate this accomplishment, which will stand as a holy act of worship and commitment to God's perfect and incredible plan for your life. May God bless you. You may be seated.